My name is Vishnu Gopal TV. I am a legal intern at Lexus & Company. I am from Cooperative School of Law, Kerala. I am a third year student pursuing BBA LLB on. So today's topic for this video is absolute liability. The purpose of this video is to speak about the concept of absolute liability. So the concept of absolute liability has to be analyzed here. So when we say in simple words or in simple terms, absolute liability means a rule of strict liability minus its exceptions. So the Supreme Court took a bold decision holding that it was not bound to follow the 19th century rule of English law and could evolve a rule which is most suitable to the socio-economic conditions of the present Indian. So it evolved the rule of absolute liability as a part of Indian law by giving preference to the rule of strict liability, which was laid down in Rylance versus Fletcher case. So it is held that, or it is also held that the new rule is not subjected to any exceptions as mentioned under the case law Rylance versus Fletcher. So one of the important case law that has to be looked into here is Union Carbide Corps versus Union of India. So here, which is a commonly known case, it is commonly known as Bhopal gas disaster or gas leak disaster case. And here in Union Carbide Corp versus Union of India, here in this case a mass disaster caused by the leakage of methyl isocyanide and other toxic acid from the plant which was set up by UCIL for the manufacture of the pesticides in Bhopal, and it was a subsidiary of UCC, an MNC which is registered in USA. The disaster resulted in the death of at least 3,000 people and around 6 lakh people were seriously injured, and as a result of this disaster. So the peculiar problem regarding the claim of a compensation was involved because a large number of people were affected, and also most of them belonged to the lower economic strata of the society. So the large number of cases were registered in Bhopal and in USA on behalf of the victims. So here the government of India then proclaims an ordinance thereby conferring an exclusive right on the central government to represent and act in place of every person who has made a claim. So the Union of India had filed a case on behalf of the claimants against the UCC in the District Court of New York. So the case was dismissed and they filed a case on the District Court of Bhopal. So after that the court ordered the UCC to pay an interim compensation of rupees 50 crore. Then the Madhya Pradesh High Court it reduced the amount to 200 crores. They devised a new strategy by UCC for direct settlement for the victims. After 4 years also there were settlements between the Union of India and UCC. So then the Supreme Court ordered in 1989 to pay an amount of rupees 750 crores rupees. So MC Mehta versus Union of India is another important case that has to be looked into here when we analyze this concept. So in MC Mehta versus Union of India, in 1985, a leakage of oleum gas arises from one of the units of the Shriram Food and Fertilizers Industry, Delhi. So here, as a consequence, an advocate died and several others were seriously affected. So the action was brought as a appeal under Article 32 of the Indian Constitution. So this was the second case which is regarding the large-scale leakage of deadly gas. So if the rule of strict liability is applied here, those who establish these hazardous and inherently dangerous industries in and around thickly populated areas could escape from the liability by pleading the exceptions. So here the Supreme Court clearly evolved a new rule of absolute liability for and this Supreme Court evolved a new rule called absolute liability for the harm which has been caused by these dangerous substances. So therefore, the enterprise completely vests with an obligation to provide that the hazardous and inherently dangerous activities are conducted with the highest standards of safety, and if any harmful result occurs, then the enterprise must be absolutely liable to compensate for such a harm, and the enterprise cannot escape from the liability by pleading that they have taken reasonable care or the harm caused without any negligence on their part. Here the court gave two reasons justifying this new rule. They were the enterprise carrying on such hazardous and inherently dangerous activity for private profit has a social obligation to compensate those sufferings caused thereby, and also the enterprise alone has the resource to protect against such hazards and dangers. So therefore, we have analyzed the concept of absolute liability and two related and important case laws. So that's all about the topic. So you can like, subscribe and comment on my video, and do like and subscribe our YouTube channel Let's Click. Please give me a feedback regarding this video, and if you have any questions relating to this video, you may please mention that question in the comment box, and I will be replying as soon as possible. And this video does not solicit any types of promotion or advertisement as per the guidelines of Bar Council of India, and the sole purpose of this video is for educational purposes only. So by saying these words, I'm concluding. Thank you.